Hey guys, it's Catherine and I'm back with day 6 of my digital daily planner series. Now, I announced on Instagram last night that after today, which today is November 7th, I will not be uploading these videos every single day. And it's not because I don't love doing them, it's because the editing process is taking me so much longer than I ever thought that it would, to the point where this has literally been the only thing that I've worked on for the first almost full week of doing this. And I have several other projects in the works right now, so I just need to make time every day to focus on some of my other projects. But I will still be filming this series to completion. You'll still be seeing all 30 days, but it'll probably be a little into December before all 30 days are uploaded. I'm going to try to upload 2 to 3 of these videos a week. And I'm also still going to be uploading my shorter tutorials that I love to do. I am going to also still be uploading my monthly and my weekly plan with me videos. So you're still going to see a lot of content, and you're still going to see these videos. It just won't be every single day. So today I'm actually going to kind of keep things short because I have a lot that I need to work on. And I'm still actually not even done editing my video that I'm going to be releasing later tonight. So this is everything that I did yesterday. And today I'm going to be decorating my page for November 6th. So I'm going to get started with that. First, I am going to go to my monthly page and bring in my picture for the day for November 6th. And I took a few pictures of Maddox and Ella yesterday, so let's see those. I know exactly which picture I want to bring in though. I got a really cute close-up of Maddox's face, and so I'm going to crop that to make it more like a square, and I am going to put that in for November 6th. So now I'm just going to go straight into my 6th tab like I always do. I just like to go ahead and have this blank page pulled up, and now I'm going to go into Procreate. So for Procreate, I need to start a blank canvas. So I'm going to hit this plus sign and I'm going to select my 14 by 10 inch canvas that's right here. Okay, so before I build the date, like I've been doing for my past several videos, I'm going to build a photo collage for the day. So I'm going to go into my Photo Quilt app. If you're unsure of how to use this app, check out in the same video series, I'm going to link to it in the video description, go to day 3. And you can look in the video description of that video and find a link to a tutorial on how I use this. Okay, so now I'm back in Procreate and I am going to bring in that collage. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I am going to go back and select a larger collage because I don't have a lot to fill in for yesterday, because actually yesterday I spent most of the day just snuggling with Ella because she wasn't feeling too happy, and I also spent a lot of the day just editing my 4th video in this series. So today, if you notice anything different about Procreate, it's because this morning I updated to Procreate version 4.2. There's a lot of cool new features in Procreate, which I'm actually going to review in another video. I haven't had much of a chance to mess around with it today though, but I was reading all about version 4.2 and watching videos for version 4.2 before it came out. Not a lot of videos, but like their promo video and stuff. And it looks like it has some really cool and awesome features. I've already picked up on a few. So I'm excited to explore those a little bit more. So anyway, here is my collage for the day. And instead of putting it there, I'm going to put it on this side. So just like I have done in my previous videos where I built a collage, I want to build a border around this, except I'm going to try something different this time. I have some washi tape stamps that I purchased from either Etsy or Creative Market. I know they're available on Creative Market, so I will link to this shop on Creative Market, but I want to say I actually purchased these on Etsy, but it's the same set. She just has both a Creative Market shop and an Etsy shop. So I am going to use these washi tape stamps, and I am going to use that as my border rather than drawing lines. So first I'm going to do a solid stamp. And I want that solid stamp to be a lighter color. So I'm going to go to my favorite shade of light pink, which is right here. And I'm just going to stamp. That is smaller than I want it to be. I'm going to do maximum size, and I'm going to stamp in the middle. So now, oh, I forgot to create a new layer before I did that. First I need to create a new layer, and now I can stamp in the middle. So now I'm going on another layer, and I'm selecting my favorite shade of hot pink, and I'm going to select this washi tape right here. What I want to do is I want to decrease the size just a little bit. I don't want that to be maximum. That's too small. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened there. Okay, there we go. And now I can just manually adjust the size because I wanted more of that plain piece of tape to show through. So now it looks like layered washi tape. So now I'm going to merge these layers together, and I am going to start placing this and duplicating this. So first, I'm going to select this first layer that I just created. I'm going to go to my selection, and I am going to hit rotate 45 until it is vertical instead of horizontal. And now that it's placed vertically, I am going to just stretch it down. So this tape is a little bit thick. I actually want it to be thinner, so it looks like thin washi tape. So all I'm going to do is just adjust the sizing this way. And it does distort those triangles a little bit, but that's not a big deal to me. It might be to you, so you could keep it the same width that she created it to be when you're doing this. But for me, it doesn't really bother me because it still looks like a cool pattern. So now I've got one row of tape. So now I'm just going to duplicate that layer by swiping towards the left and selecting duplicate. And now I'm going to drag this new layer right here. I actually think I need to grab everything by swiping to the right on all three layers. I'm going to move this to the middle so I have room to work without anything being cut off. And now I'm going to go back to this new layer and move this over. And I hope I'm making sense. As always, I'm extremely sleep deprived and extremely tired. I'm a little more tired than usual right now, so forgive me if I'm not making sense. Okay, so I've got two pieces of washi tape, and now I'm going to put one at the top and put one at the bottom. So again, on this new layer, I'm going to swipe towards the left and click on duplicate, and then I'm going to hit this arrow, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to hit rotate 45 twice until I've got this sideways piece right here. So the width of this is a little bit shorter than the height. So now I'm going to just adjust this width right here. And it doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, it's meant to look like tape. Now I'm going to duplicate this new layer that I just placed horizontally by swiping left, hitting duplicate, and then I need to zoom out a little bit so I can see my placement, and then moving it down. Okay, so what I think I want to do is change the placement of some of these. So see right now the two horizontal pieces are on top of the two vertical pieces. So I think I want this vertical piece to be at the very bottom, and then this horizontal piece I want to be on top of this vertical piece. So I'm going to take my first horizontal piece and move it on top of the first vertical piece. And now the second vertical piece, which is right here, is layered on top of that horizontal piece. And then my final horizontal piece is on top of everything. And I feel like that makes it look a little bit more realistic for what I would do paper-wise, because if I was building a border with washi tape paper-wise, I would either layer it like this, or I would meet the edges at the corners, which would be a little bit more difficult to do, but it can be done. So now let me think about what I want to do next. All right, so I'm going to group all of these layers together. So now on the new Procreate 4.2, when I select all of these layers by swiping to the right, instead of having these lines up here, it just says group. So I'm going to click on group, and now that is a group. So I'm going to move this back over. And now I'm going to write my date. So I'm going to turn on my drawing guides for that. And to do that, I'm going to hit my wrench tool. I'm going to hit canvas. And I'm going to turn on these drawing guides. And I'm going to click on edit drawing guides and adjust this grid size down to make my grid just a little smaller. And now I'm going to hit done. So now up here in just solid black, let me find black. I've got it in several color palettes. I'm going to write November 6th, 2018. So I need to start a new layer. So I'm going to click on this plus sign. I forgot to change my brush. I'm going to go to my signature brush. I think I'm actually going to just write Nov instead of November. So, yesterday, one of the things that I did is that I had a pink drink from Starbucks, and it was so good. Those are always amazing. I'm always happy that I get those. They're just really, really, really good. So what I normally do is I go to Starbucks and I get a drink that I want immediately, like that's a little bit more indulgent. So for example, like a horchata frappuccino or any type of frappuccino, or a vanilla latte or something like that. But then I order 2 venti pink drinks with no ice. And usually no strawberries as well, because they put freeze-dried strawberries in there, which don't bother me. But since I don't drink them the same day that I get them, I just don't want those strawberries in there. So I get them and then I put them in the fridge. And then I have one the next day. It's like a pink starburst in drink form. And I'm in love. So I actually saved a image of these from the PixArt app. It's already in my camera roll because I was using this in my weekly planner. And so I'm just going to bring that pink drink in. This is what it looks like. And you can see this one has the strawberries and the ice at the top, but I usually don't get that. So I'm going to size it down and place it here. And I'm going to write treat yourself, pink drink. Actually, let me see if they have any treat yourself stickers. I can't believe they don't. Nope, they don't. Okay, but while I'm here, I'm going to grab a vote sticker because I need to put that on my page for yesterday as well. So, I saw one earlier that I liked and I didn't save it. And now I'm mad at myself for not saving it. There it is. I like this one. So this is another app that I've used throughout this series. And I've done a couple of tutorials on it. On day 3, I show you guys how to use it. And it's like you're watching that video and I'm using it for the very first time. So I make several mistakes, but I finally get it figured out in that video. And then on day 4, I successfully used the app. So I explain it again on day 4. So check out day 4 of this series. There's a link in the video description if you want to see that app in more detail. And as always, I will have timestamps in the video description of each of these videos, so you can just skip around the tutorials and skip over all of my ramblings. And I'm sorry I'm not doing as many tutorials in this video, but like I said, I want to keep it quicker than usual just because I have a lot going on today. So let me write treat yourself. I'm going to write treat yourself to a pink drink, but I'm going to write to a very small. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to increase the size, just the height of the pink drink. And I think I'm actually going to turn this into a sticker. So here's one tutorial that I can show you today that is something that will be new, new-ish. Okay, so I want to make this look like an actual sticker rather than just an image with some words beside it. So I briefly kind of showed you that last time with my planner sticker stamps that I will link to in the video description. So I'm still going to use that, but I'm going to overlay this with a marble texture that I find for free on a website, which I'll show you in a minute. So first I'm going to change my color to black right here. So I'm just going to find a black. It doesn't have to be solid black. It can be a really dark color, but dark colors work best. So now I'm on a layer that's beneath the pink drink and where I wrote treat yourself to a pink drink. So what I want to do, I want to create a new layer and then go to my planner sticker stamps, which are right here for me. And I already have the box stamp selected. So I'm going to keep that selected, and it's adjusted to be pretty big, which is what I want for now because I'm going to adjust it manually here in a minute. So now I'm just going to stamp, and actually let me make it just a little bigger. So now I want to overlay this with a marble texture. So I'm going to go to a website called Pexels, and on this website you can get so many images for free. They're free stock photos, and it's a really cool website. These are some of their featured photos, and these are good for like blog posts, but you can also use these for planner stickers or a lot of different things. So I'm just going to type in the word marble and see what comes up. Okay, so you'll see it's already given me a lot of cool marble textures to choose from. Not all of them are textures. Some of these are actual images, but all of these are free. So that is pretty awesome. So let me go up here. So these are the marble textures that are really standing out, these first two rows, because they're solid. So right now I'm trying to decide between this marble texture and this marble texture. I think I'm going to go with this one. So now that I've selected this Pexels image, and I will link to this image in the video description as well as this website. So now that I've selected this image, I'm going to click on free download, and it's just going to pull up this image in another tab on my browser. So now all I have to do is hold down, and then once I release after a second or two, I'm going to click on save image. So now it's in my camera roll. So now I'm going to go back to Procreate, and I'm going to pull in that image. So I'm going to go to my wrench tool. I'm going to go to insert a photo, all photos, and then there's that texture. So there's a few different ways you can do this. If you just like a certain section of this texture, you would just lay the section that you like over the box. Or if you wanted to capture the whole texture, you could size it down, and you still want the whole box covered, so it would need to be slightly bigger than the box. So that would work too, and you could actually just use this, since this is a solid texture, as a sticker without having to use your rectangle. But I just want to capture a part of this texture, not the whole thing. So I'm going to reset where I just stretched it, and I'm going to try to get this part of the image. So I see my box right here, so I'm just going to try to use that part to cover where I believe my box is. And now I'm going to go to my layers. I'm going to go to my rectangle. I'm going to click on it once, click on it twice, and then hit select. And then I'm going to come down here and click on invert selection. And then I'm going to go back to my marble texture, which is directly above the rectangle. And that's very important that it's the layer directly above it. I'm going to click on it once, click on it twice, and then click on clear. And now I've just captured that part of the image that I wanted, and this is a sticker now. So now I can clear my rectangle image. So that won't just work with rectangles. You could apply this texture to lettering. You could apply it to any shape. I have these other planner sticker stamps in this bundle, you know, that are shaped differently. There's checklists and stuff. You could apply it to the checklist, and it would cut out, like this is a hydration tracker. If I applied it to that, it would cut out the water drops, so you could still fill in your water drops. But the overall sticker would have a texture. So now I want to size this. I already have it placed behind these images. I want to size this to fit right here. So I went through all that. And I don't like how it looks on top of the texture that I chose. So, you know, I'm going to just turn off that texture, or I'm going to try something. I'm experimenting right now. I'm going to try a color drop and see what that does with the texture. I've never done that before. I've never thought to do that. So let me find a light color. I'm going to try this light turquoise. I'm going to drag it and drop it. And that kind of looks dirty because it's gray, but it looks kind of cool. Like, depending on the texture, that would be kind of cool. Let me pull it down here and see what I can do. Let's see. Let me try that again. Yeah, it doesn't look that dirty. It looks interesting. I don't like it with those colors, though. Let's see what other colors we can choose from. Oh, I kind of like it with the pink, but it would clash. That looks cool. I'm going to just hide this and save it for something else. I'm going to undo the purple because I remember what shade of purple that is. So then I'm going to save that for something else a little bit later. So for now, I guess for this, I'm just going to leave it as just an image with lettering and then use that other method in a minute. Okay, so I had to take a quick break from recording to go check on my daughter. My husband is watching the kids, but every now and then she just needs some mama snuggles. So I had to go snuggle with her for a second, and now I am back. So I noticed when I came back, sometimes I overlook it when I'm initially working and then I come back and see it. I accidentally cut off the top of Maddox's head with that washi tape border. So now I'm back on my collage layer, and I'm just going to move it down a little bit. I'm actually going to just cut this collage just a tiny bit by moving it slightly off of the canvas and then moving it back up. And now it's within the washi tape, but his head is no longer cut off of that picture. Okay, so back to yesterday. I actually need to pull up my weekly planner to see what else I did, because I don't even think I did anything else, but I need to see. Yeah, I just edited and uploaded I wrote down 4, but that's supposed to be 5. I will fix that later, but yeah, that's supposed to say 4. I put daily 5. So I am going to write that down. Actually, no, I'm not. I am going to bring in that sticker directly from my weekly calendar. So the way that I'm going to do that, this is another tutorial for you guys. And this will show you how you can bring an element from one Procreate canvas into another canvas. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your layers, and I'm going to find the layer where that sticker is on. So for me, it's layer 18. It's the words and both that sticker. I grouped them all together when I was working on this layout, and so it's just one sticker. So you're going to want to do that. If it's multiple different layers, this method wouldn't work. So you would want to merge those layers. So now that I'm on that layer that I want to copy, I have it selected. I'm going to click on it again after selecting it, and I'm going to click on copy. So now I'm going to go back to the canvas that I'm currently working on, and I just created a new layer. If you hadn't already created a new layer, you would need to create a new layer by hitting that plus sign. And now I'm going to 3-finger swipe, and I'm going to hit paste. And it brought in that sticker. So now I'm going to click on magnetics so I can size it proportionally, and I'm just going to hold on this corner blue dot right here and drag. And now it's proportional. So like I was saying on my weekly plan with me, I need to fix this, but I'm going to fix it here for now. So the way that I'm going to fix this, right now it says daily 5. I'm going to press and hold on the green because I want my green to be the same shade of green. And now I'm going to make sure that I'm still on the layer of this sticker. That's very important. And I'm going to zoom in as much as I can onto the 5, the area that I need to correct. So now I'm going to take this green color dot and I'm going to drag it. And you'll still see the outline of the pink. This isn't just a perfect solution. I may try to just get my signature brush and go over that a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, you can, in the exact same color, just go over the outlines if that happens to you. And now it's covering those very light lines where the letters were. And so now you would never know I ever wrote 5 instead of 4. Now I'm going to pick up on this pink color, And until I'm happy with it, I like to do everything on a new layer and then merge once I'm happy. So I'm going to create a new layer and I'm going to write 4. And there it is. So the only other thing that we really did yesterday, we all just got in bed and my husband and I watched Teen Mom. That's another reality show we've been watching every week that it's been on for most of our relationship because it premiered within a few months of me and him dating. We had been watching 16 and Pregnant together. That started shortly before James and I started dating. And so then once we started dating, we would watch that together. And then when they did the Teen Mom spinoff, we started watching all that from the beginning. And we still watch it to this day. We watched that. We watched Teen Mom 2. We watched Teen Mom 3, but that only lasted for 1 season. And he doesn't watch any of the other Teen Moms with me, though, because they now have Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. And they also have Teen Mom UK. I think in America they call it Teen Mum, which only had 2 seasons here, and I don't know if they'll air it here again, but if they do, I'm going to watch that because I watched those 2 spinoff shows. But my husband, he will only stick to Teen Mom OG and Teen Mom 2 because that's what we've been watching from the beginning. He doesn't want to watch the other ones. So I'm just going to write down that, I'm just going to write down Teen Mom because that is what we caught up on before we all were exhausted and went to bed. So I'm going to write it in purple. Oh, and I just remembered I had saved that vote sticker because that also happened yesterday. So I am going to bring in that sticker. Let me shrink down Teen Mom even more. And there it is. I actually like all the colors in this and everything. I think the only thing that I really want to do is I want to make this group just a little bigger so it covers most of the page. And there we go. So now I'm just going to save this and bring it back into GoodNotes. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this video was so much shorter than my other Daily Plan With Me videos, but I do hope you learned something from the few tutorials that I offered. If you want even more tutorials, make sure you check out the video description to links to some of the other videos in this series. I especially offer a ton of tutorials over the first 3 days of this series, and all of the timestamps to those tutorials for each video in this series are in the video description, just in case you want to skip over my rambling. I know I've said that so many times. I know I'm a talker, and I'm not offended if you don't want to hear everything that I'm talking about. So just check out the video description if you want to skip around. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more digital planning tutorials and digital plan with me videos. And check out my website, naptimealt.com, where there's tons of planner-related freebies that you can download now.